Hey everyone, so I wanted to do a quick makeup look on how I do my normal everyday basic makeup. That's a really long title. I wanted to show you guys how I do my everyday makeup, and so I wanted to do this quick video, and so yeah, it's really that simple. I don't know why I have such long intros all the time, but yeah, so hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. I did it a little bit differently. I did a voiceover and I also tried to show a lot of items better. So hopefully you guys like this style of video. If you do, please make sure to leave a comment below and I will be very thankful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned if you want to get this look.
Okay, to start off with, I'm going to spray my skin with the Caudalie Beauty Elixir spray just to prep my skin for everything. I'm going to fan my face and hope it dries fast. And then I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow base and just spackle that all over. Right now I'm really loving the Nars Pro Prime Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. And I'm going to blend all that out with my finger, which is the easiest way to blend out this product. And then I'm going to move on to, oops, I forgot one thing, the HourGlass primer I'm using right now, which is the Veil Primer with SPF 15. I like to use this before I do anything else because it just preps my skin and it has time to set in and everything. Then I'm going to move on to my Rimmel eyeshadow base. This is the Scandal Eyes eyeshadow paint in the color Peachy Apricot 04. Now I'm just going to keep putting this on my lid, and I'm kind of pushing it all the way up to my crease just to make sure it's all on there. Then I'm going to move on to blending it out with a flat synthetic brush, and this is a really cheap one from Ulta that I just used. Then I'm going to take my pigment, a pressed pigment from MAC, which is in the color Jardin Aries, which is a really pretty gold skin tone color, and I'm pressing that onto my lid with my finger. I think it's the easiest way to press on pigments with your finger because it just blends out easier. So I'm putting that all the way in my inner lid to my crease. Not so much on the outer corner, but mainly in the inner. Then I'm taking my crease color, which right now I'm using the Body Shop Honey Baked Bronzer in the shade 03, which is my favorite bronzer right now, and I really like it for my crease because it just matches better. So I'm in the windshield wiper motion. I'm just kind of using that with my 217 travel size brush, and I'm just kind of blending that in, making sure everything is really seamless and even. Seamless is a new word I'm using to blend. Then I'm going to take my highlighter brush shadow color in the shade Bone by Ulta. This one's really old. I'm not sure if they make this anymore, but it's one of my favorite matte eyeshadows for under the lid, and I'm using that just right under the lid just to blend everything out because it can get quite orange if you don't do that. Then I'm taking a 217 to blend everything back in and just make sure everything is seamless and even. Then I'm moving on to liquid eyeliner. Right now I've been really loving the Physicians Formula liquid eyeliner with eye booster serum in it. And I do my eyeliner quite thin. I don't like a really thick line, but I also like to do a flick at the end. So everything is just really thin about this liner. I have short lashes, so I have to do it thin. And then I'm going to move on to doing the other eye. Once again, a very thin, small flick, but something that just opens up my eyes. So that's it for the eyes. They're really nice and even. Then I'm moving on to the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circles Rewinder in the shade Brightener, which is the pink tone one, I think. And I use that with my Real Techniques pointed foundation brush, and I use it just to blend everything out. I use this before my concealer because I feel like it just brightens the eye better than just concealer. So moving on to concealer, I've been really loving the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is my favorite concealer at the moment. This is in the shade Custard Medium 1. So I apply this concealer not only under my eyes, but also all around my face. The great thing about this concealer is that it's very creamy and very pigmented, so I can use it all over my face to conceal dark circles, redness, pigmentation, pimples. It just does everything. So as you can see, I'm kind of going to town and concealing all my imperfections with this. But I like to do this before my foundation because I'm using a powder foundation every day now, and it just works better that way. So I'm just continuing to finish up and conceal all along my jawline because that's where I get most of my pigmentation and acne. Then I'm going to take a Real Techniques buffing brush and blend everything out. This concealer is called the creamy concealer for a reason, because it is so creamy and so easy to blend. So not only because I'm using my buffing brush, but also because it's just the pigmentation, the formula works so well. So I'm just blending this out really easily and just making sure everything is nice and blended and even. So yeah, I really like the way this blends out. It works really well with this buffing brush from Real Techniques. So just keep blending and blending. You want to make sure everything is nice and even. That way your skin is ready for the powder foundation. So then I'm going to move back to my pointed foundation brush from Real Techniques. I just feel like it blends the concealer under my eyes better than the buffing brush because it's smaller and pointed, and it just gets back into those creases better. Then moving on to my foundation, which is the Bare Minerals Matte Foundation. I really love this stuff. This is in the shade, I think it's Golden Fair W10. Yeah, there it is, Golden Fair W10. And I really like that they changed the sifter to this really cool contraption. I'm taking that with the Trish McEvoy blending face brush, and I really like that it's like a kabuki style kind of brush, so it just helps pat on the color easy and blend out easy. The great thing about this foundation is that it really just gives so much coverage, and the fact that it's Bare Minerals is even better, because Bare Minerals is just so easy and lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on your skin, and I've been really loving this for every day because in comparison to liquid foundation, it just holds up better for my oily skin. So as you can see, it just blends really easily and covers very well and evens out my complexion really quickly, and it's just a fast, easy foundation. And then I'm going to also conceal with this a little bit. So I'm going to take the Maximum Coverage brush from Bare Minerals, which I had since high school. These brushes last so long from Bare Minerals. And I'm going back under my eyes because I'm not getting a lot of sleep these days. So I've been really trying to conceal a lot of my dark circles under there. So I'm using that to conceal it. And also to go back into any kind of other pigmentation. This foundation is so well done. It just works so well on my skin. I really like it. So let me know if you wanted to see me do a review on this foundation, and I will let you know about it. So as you can see, the foundation looks really even and well, and I just really like this Bare Minerals foundation. I'm going to move on to bronzing, which I'm going to use that Body Shop Honey Baked Bronzer in 03 with my Trish McEvoy 37 bronzing brush. This is a really good brush for bronzing, what it's made for actually. And I really like this Honey Baked Bronzer. It just works so well on my skin. It's just like a perfect your skin but tan color. It just works really well, and I use this all on the outer corners of my face just to make sure everything blends seamlessly. I even do this weird thing around my face and put it under the jawline, back under my ears, on my nose, on my temples. I just put it everywhere. Just make sure everything is nice and blended and bronzed. So now I'm going to take the Tarte Glisten Amazoinan 12-Hour Blush. This is a really pretty color. It's really similar to Nars Orgasm, but just lasts longer in my opinion. And I use that with the Trish McEvoy 2B blush brush, which is really nice and specially formulated for blush and for the contours of your cheek. So I really like the way this applies, and it's just a perfect shade to complement olive, yellow-toned skin colors. It just works really well, and it's definitely, as you can see, I've hit pan, one of my favorite blushes to use every day. Then I'm going to quickly highlight with the Hard Candy So Baked Bronzer in Tiki, which is a really nice flesh tone highlighter. And I'm going to apply that with another Trish McEvoy blending brush. I think it's called a 38, and it just sits really perfectly on the temples and also on my cheekbone. So I'm going to take my foundation brush and just kind of blend out the edges. I want to make sure everything is nice and seamless. And then I'm going to go back and bring back my mole with a Milani Brow Tint pen. I like to make sure all my beauty marks are still intact after I apply my foundation. Then I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. And I'm using this new product, which is from Pixi, the Natural Brow Duo in the shade Natural. As you can see, it's like a slanted waxy brush on one end, and on the other it's an actual gel with the bristle brush, which I really like because it just works so easy. It's great for traveling. You can just use it really quickly, and I feel like it gives me the most natural brow look. If I use a powder, which I still love to use, it just looks a little bit too harsh for every day. So this one works really well for everyday which is why I've been loving it so much. And then I'm going to just use the brow gel on the other end and just make sure my brows are combed up and to the side to make sure the texture is back in there. And then I'm going to curl my eyelashes and put mascara on. Right now I've been really loving the Maybelline Rocket Mascara in the color Black is Black. I don't normally like Maybelline mascaras, but this one just works really well for a natural everyday look. And I just apply that in 2 coats really quickly, and I like the finished product of it. Then I'm going to add some finishing touches with the MAC eyeshadow in Nylon, which is a really pretty frosted skin tone yellowy color, and I put that on the inner tear duct of my eyes just to make sure everything is back. It just brings out the white of your eyes and just makes your eyes look really bright and awake, which I really like for every day, especially when I don't look bright and awake or feel bright and awake. Then I'm moving on to lipstick, which is the Dior Addict lipstick in 564 model, which is a perfect dupe for the L'Oreal Color Caress lipstick in Sunset and Gore, which is one of my favorite colors. But this one I think is a little bit more hydrating, and it just complements that Tarte Glisten blush so well. They just go so well together and look really natural. So there's the finished product. I really like this look for every day because it's very simple but, you know, pretty and fresh, and I love it.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that and had a great time watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!